Italian. I don't
But
know.
Joe, they also hold on. They also fucking take because like Amanda's grandfather, when they were here from another country. He said he didn't want that fucking shit. We speak only American in this house and fucking English and blah blah. Yeah, but that's a choice. You still should be teaching people shit. You have a responsibility to teach the youth to learn so we don't repeat shit in the future.
How can you teach?
What?
How can somebody, let's say my age,
okay,
teach their kids?
You seem to have the answers, right? Do you have the knowledge that your father thrust upon you?
The knowledge for me is this.
Okay.
My father taught.
Okay, so you have the knowledge.
No.
Stop saying peace.
He made me understand.
Yes, good.
My culture.
Okay.
His side of the
okay.
Is my job.
Your duty to teach the fucking other people.
Continue.
Yeah.
Finding out because there is.
But that's everybody's duty.
If the problem is they don't have the beginnings to understand to be taught, how can they?
Why don't they have the beginnings?
Because a lot of them do not. It's the problem. It's whatever.
You can't teach them shit. You're talking. You have a live mic in front of you right now. You could be talking to. There's probably a little Puerto Rican kid listening to this show.
Are you my daddy?
And probably asking that exact question. It's sitting there right now. They might be listening, and they're listening to you. You have the opportunity. You have the ability. Your father gave you the information. You're not a fuck. I mean, this is gonna pain me, Joseph. You're not a fucking dope. You can fucking do it. You have your own business for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah.
You can have a menu that when you give the food out has propaganda in it about how great Puerto Rico is.
You're a role model.
You can. That's my point. You have the ability.
You asked earlier why Puerto Rico does not push it.
Are you my? By the way, they're laughing. They're laughing at the. Are you my daddy?
Why are they not pushing for independence or statehood? You know how long?
Because they're pussies.
No, you know how long they've been pushing. Do you understand? And Joe, you're a little bit older. You know, back in the '60s when it was the Black Panthers and the Young Lords.
Oh yeah, sure.
He just keeps sneaking MPs in there, don't he?
Assassination attempt when they
try to kill Huey.
Try to kill the Puerto Rican sort of like almost like
the Latin Kings,
the Young Lords.
Okay.
When they went to DC.
Okay.
And they held up the I think there was Congress on it, and they a lot of them were actually
executed. Are you talking about January 6th?
No, they're in Cuba.
Okay.
It's been a fight going on for we going on over 100 years.
Yeah. Welcome to the bullshit. But talk to the Israel. Talk to the fucking Jews and the Palestinians.
Sure.
It's the same shit.
Every time when it comes to the U.S., like I said, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And my dad.
What are you trying to figure out?
My dad was like, I don't understand how is it that the Philippines was able to find independence from being a Commonwealth of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They became independent.
Well, like I always say, it's all about the oil.
follow the oil.
It's about that's a joke. It's about money.
Follow the oil.
It is. Obviously, the Philippines had something that the U.S. didn't want and gave them their independence. If it's a liability to the U.S., they'll get them out of there. If they have any way of seeking a profit out of Puerto Rico, it's going to be hanging around for
life. And let me speak on behalf of America. You find Filipino people make some of the best food that I've ever had in my life. Yeah. I love Filipino food. There's a place on Staten Island I will be probably going over the weekend and having some nice Filipino food. Stacy in the Facebook Live suite wants to bring up, this should have nothing to do with your hate of whatever person, what party or whatever you affiliate with. It's a matter of what's right and wrong. Imagine what else they were suppressing. Going back to the Mark Zuckerberg thing before we got on the peep popping Puerto Rican rant.
Absolutely.
The fact of the matter is that's what the problem is. If it was, and it would have been handled differently. My whole point was that it would have been handled differently if it was the Trump administration that sent the letter.
Sure.
If it was the Trump administration that said anything, and not old man Biden, that President Grandpa.
Well, they say Biden hasn't made a decision in years in the White House. Well, he's been so fucked up that he's like a showpiece.
Well, let's just say that's allegedly. We don't know.
Well,
we have to say that, Joe, for legal reasons. Just say yes or shut up.
Allegedly, he's a showpiece.
Exactly.
But the truth of the matter is,
5
minutes ago he was the president, and 5 minutes later he was not.
Oh yeah, I know.
Basically speaking, that's the power of the hidden people, the people who really run the country.
They're definitely people running the show, and that's what it is.
Yeah. So I have a question. So the question I have right now is, everybody wanted him out of the race.
Yeah. Even his own party.
He's out of the race.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he's pretty much a lame duck person.
Why did they kick him out? Well, you guys wanted him out. He bowed out. They put somebody else, installed somebody.
Wait,
else.
So what's your question?
No, my question is, what is the issue now? Okay, so
What do you mean? What is the issue now?
A lot of the things now, everybody's upset that he was kicked out.
Yes,
he was pushed out.
There were a lot of people that are because
it's actually almost unconstitutional what they did to him.
But you guys wanted him out. He bowed out.
He had to. He had about.
He was forced out.
They couldn't actually force him out. No,
they forced him out.
He had to say, "I don't want to run."
Okay, so that's what everybody wanted.
That's awesome.
But now everybody's down.
You know what I'm wondering?
Wait,
what they had to say to him to make him do that?
Wait, hold on for a second, Joseph. Who's bitching and moaning?
You got people from the left side, and you got the whole wave of the right side also.
Well, because they automatically know look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Kamala, even though she is an annoying twat, all right. The fact of the matter is, and she is a chameleon. Everything that they say about her, she
forget about it.
She literally hides.
She just she just turned around.
Hold on for a minute.
She pirouettes.
Sorry, Mitchell. We had some technical difficulties. I'm going to call you right now. Yeah.
Oh,
we
ran over.
We ran over because we had an issue.
Got into a political discussion.
Right now. We're fine. I'll call you right now. Bye-bye. Because we were on that whole rant. I missed that.
I know. We got into a political discussion. You know how hot they get.
How horrible we are with political discussions.
Going like this.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock going,
Billy would have been here. It's just true.
Where the fuck are you, motherfucker?
If Billy was here, he would have cut us right off, yeah.
Yeah, well, normally we would have everything set up and work around it.
It's Billy's fault.
It is Billy's fault for not being here.
That's right.
What are we going to do, guys? I can't blame everybody.
I can't.
Without you, Eddie can't function.
Everything goes right down the shitter.
Yeah,
because we went into a whole thing about how we were, and then John went to a whole Puerto Rican rant.
Yeah.
Because, you give the Puerto Ricans a mile and they take everything.
If you elect me, I'll give Puerto Rico their independence.
No.
Nobody wants to elect me.
Mitchell, hello. I'm sorry, sir. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
No, what happened was I had two guys on the show drop out today, and one was a family emergency. The other one was he was travel issues or whatever it was. And our clock went to shit.
It did.
And I will, sir, but however long, my brother, that you wish to talk on today's show, feel free.
Absolutely.
We will talk to Mitchell Stuart right now, who is the head of the World Funk Orchestra. You all know him. You all love him.
Yes,
he is definitely part of our group. He is a HOF. He's a HamRadio show official friend. Mitchell, how the hell are you, sir?
Brothers, all of you, so good to hear from you guys. Things are amazing, and I really I'm always gracious and grateful to be on your show.
Thank you, sir, and we're grateful to have you as always. Sorry about the mix-up yet again. Now, one thing I do want to bring up: you have a lot of stuff going on with the World Funk Orchestra (WFO), which, by the way, is if you go to @World Funk Orchestra, that's their Twitter. I had fucked up before and wrote the wrong Twitter today. It had to be corrected by Mitchell because you know what it was? It was the first thing I clicked over and I clicked on the thing. However, I did fix said problem. Yeah. So now if you want to check more about it, you can go, of course, you can go to @World Funk Orchestra to make sure that you have all the good stuff and get all the information that you need about this great group and this band, this amazing sound that you get. And the multiple different musical genres that blend into one and everything else that's on here that is the World Funk Orchestra. Now, the World Funk Orchestra, by the way, has a new release. Am I correct with that?
Yes. You are correct. And it's honestly, I thought about this before. It's such a full circle moment for us with you guys.
Yes.
Can you be both? By the way, could you be both my uncle and my brother? Is that possible?
If we're from West Virginia, sure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It'll be your wife if you want.
We one of the first interviews I did with you, after we probably interviewed on the Scott Shannon doc, was with World Funk Orchestra, and it was about 18 months ago. And you guys, I'm so grateful because I feel like Dorothy going down the yellow brick road. You guys could pick the characters you wish to be. But, you guys have been on this journey with us, and it's, about 15, 20 million video views and 500,000 streams just on Spotify and all that. And it's 18 months. But if you recall, and even the last time I was on the show, we talked about Such a Beautiful Day.
Yeah.
And we did the tropical version, which has done like 50,000 streams and really been amazing and consistent. And we charted in the top 10 on a couple of charts as well with that. And here's the funny thing. The announcement that we have today is, unbelievably enough, it's going to be better than The Godfather 3, I promise.
Well, anything's better than The Godfather 3, but this is 10 times. Don't sell it short there, but Mitch, I've heard the song. This is a great freaking song.
This is the moment that the elevator is going way up. So we're doing Such a Beautiful Day. I'm calling it the global version.
Yeah.
Even all the versions have been there. But as I shared with you, and I have to tell you this story because it's anyone listening, if you've ever heard Eddie, the gang, and I speaking, it's always about being positive, pursuing your dreams, regardless of where you are.
Absolutely.
And so this is going to be about the craziest story you've ever heard, landing us in this momentous moment. So while we were going about our business and building World Funk Orchestra and trying to do good in the world and doing charitable works and moving things up and positive lyrics and really a blended group of multi-everything, generational, multicultural, multicolored. You name it, you're invited.
It's definitely multi.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We're multi.
We're multi-multiples.
Back to that family in Virginia, right?
Hello.
Hello. But a brother I never knew I had was in Uganda, two brothers, Bobby Wine and Nubian Lee. And Bobby Wine is a superstar in Uganda. And in his world, far surpassing anything I was attempting to do, he had given up his pop stardom to try to bring democracy to Uganda. And he did it through music. Sound familiar, Ed?
Yeah.
And because he was so famous, people started filming it. He ended up running for president and was imprisoned, tortured, beaten. People in his camp were killed, but he kept the faith. He ignited the youth of Uganda. He became, from a musician, he went to the status of Bob Marley or Fela. He put his life on the line. A documentary was made called People Power, Bobby Wine, and he was nominated for an Oscar.
I was going to say, he's an Oscar nominee.
Cool.
Yes, Oscar nominee. He goes to California, where he meets my brother and my mentor, and now just one of my dearest friends, Andre Morgan, who's an Oscar winner and helped bring the first Bruce Lee movie here, as I think we discussed in the past. And Bobby and Andre were speaking. And Andre was so taken with Bobby, but is also crazy enough to say, Bobby, I think a dear brother of mine needs to lend his voice to your voice and have this really go to where you dream. And, no accounting for taste, he was actually talking about me.
Oh.
And what we were talking about with World Funk. So it took about a month because everyone's still crazy busy, and he's a little extra crazy busy. And the first conversation, and we actually aired this on YouTube and our socials the other day. Our first conversation ended up being over an hour. And when you've been around and you've done what he's done in his life and I've done in my life, you can read people really quickly. So the very long story short is that day he committed a return to music and to join World Funk Orchestra, and he brought Nubian Lee.
Nice.
Now, Ed, as we have discussed, that was my crazy ass goal from the beginning, is to just try to change one person's mind and to move towards the golden rule, to move towards positivity, to maybe, if you were going to do bad that day, maybe you don't. Maybe you maybe you tell your children there's a better way, there's a better choice, try harder, just stick it out. As you know, is my mantra, and everyone I surround myself with, when we all hit the ground, we get up taller and stronger. It's not easy, but we do it.
Absolutely.
So Bobby and I met and committed, and the song he picked was Such a Beautiful Day. And I thought, okay, so, immediately went to the old power of three, okay, we'll do it again. And I had no idea what we were getting into again. And what he did, and what his producer, and a shout out to Patty Man, who's #1 producer in Uganda, a hit maker, and our engineer, Andrew, and my partner, Mike Ratty, and I, we came together, and it was a manifestation of everything I dreamt when we started this. So when as you heard in the percussion and the drums, it's like nothing else. It's Mike playing so many different percussion and drum instruments, Patty Man, bringing in modern African elements, and Bobby did his verse, and the guy is amazing. And then he brought in Nubian Lee, and those guys. I mean, Bobby Wine is the chairman of the board. He will be president of Uganda, but for our purposes, he's Frank Sinatra. And Nubian Lee was this amazing voice. You think of Youssou N'Dour with Peter Gabriel, what have you. He's Dean Martin. And these guys both have now become part of World Funk Orchestra.
Cool.
And that's literally, that's what the World Funk Orchestra does. That's why the term world is not taken lightly with this group. That's the thing. Like, that you take elements from all over the world that legitimately, so like, if you have, like, because first off, It's a Beautiful Day, Such a Beautiful Day, to be exactly, is not only a great song by itself, but it has become like an anthem to a lot of people. And now there's different versions of it. You have the Caribbean version, now this global version. There's so many different elements, and I do enjoy this new version a lot, because that the part when they come in and you get that kind of, I don't even know how to describe it's kind of like a reggae rap kind of thing that's going on, and it's like it to me elevates an already awesome song, because the song's good by itself. Now it's just even better.
We've talked about it, and thank you so much for saying that. And I was speaking to the Bobby and Nubian earlier today. And, part of my whole thing when I'm working with Looking for Larry and HQ is, I provide a lot of energy for people, and that's my style. And with these guys, it's coming back so heavily. It's back to what I've always said to you as a Marvel, not a DC guy. It's like the Avengers are really assembling here, because they're giving it back, and it elevates. So yeah, when Bobby Wine comes in and hits the bitty bitty bomb, I mean, I can't even express the joy and elation that I felt. It's just something. And then the dream I always wanted, and we've spoken about a choir, and God bless the Samson brothers and Bongi and Rebecca McCartney now, who's with us, and we formed our own little choir. But as you heard on this, I asked our partner Andrew in South Africa, because I didn't want to, again, I wasn't thinking about a straight up gospel choir. I wanted that, although that would have been world, and maybe down the road we might. But what about a South African or an African gospel choir? Would that be different? And as you heard, when we were producing it, I didn't intend to give them a breakdown, and give them their spot. I just thought they do what they do. And Eddie, it was a moment where I was kind of conducting from here when they were singing in South Africa in real time. And a shout out to Daniel, the choir director. But there was a moment where I asked them to ad lib, and you hear it on the breakdown. And our coordinator, Jenna, was filming it, and she tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around, and it was so glorious. These people brought so much, for lack of a term, like angelic, heavenly positivity. Jenna was filming and crying at the same time.
Yeah.
And you heard that on the breakdown. it's how many elements are in this? I mean, I've lost count. Do you know? How did it hit you?
It hit me in multiple ways because I've heard the original. I've been there since day one with the WFO.
You have been, brother.
And I'm thankful and gracious that you use my show as a platform to get the word out about the WFO, and thank you for that, because it's like getting on the ground floor of an epic musical thing. Like it pretty much kind of like, like how the We Are the World. If you ever watched the documentary, the great documentary,
it's brilliant.
It's exactly what you guys do, because these are artists and innovators from all over the world who have their own different sounds, different tempos, different instruments, things that you don't hear normally. And you've taken one song and altered it in multiple ways to thus give you technically a different song each time, which is kind of unheard of because it has the same melody. It still is such a beautiful day, and it has all that. But then it goes from that into this way. We have some South African reggae kind of stuff going on over here. This one over here, we got Caribbean music mixed in. With this one over here, you have that. So you kind of get that real life kind of you using the analogy about the Avengers actually fits in, because you have that's exactly what it is. You have Captain America working with the Black Panther. So you got Wakanda and you got America working together. You got the Russia with the Black Widow. You bring that in too. You got different and there is no race, creed, color. Like there's nothing that fits this group, because it doesn't matter what you are. Talent always rises to the top. So it doesn't matter if you're the blonde who can sing in the background. That's one aspect. If you're the black chick who brings that Caribbean kind of feel to it, boom, 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 she brings this. These guys that bring the kind of reggae kind of sound. Everybody's bringing their own little nuance to the show, and thus creating this great pot of jambalaya, because it's like the greatest piece that you've ever had.
Well, thank you. It seems like, to use the analogy of my partner, who shall remain nameless at the moment, you're coming in on the ground floor, and I felt like we've gotten ourselves to maybe the second or third floor. And now I feel like, with no hyperbole about it, it's like, okay, now we're moving up to the seventh, because Bobby's bringing us up, and we're going to keep going, because I spoke to him earlier today, and I said, so what do you want to do going forward? He goes, I said, do you want to continue? And for him to say, hell effing yeah, is like, we're doing this. And he said something, and brother, I so appreciate what you said. Because in that documentary, where they had this, he's saying, I'm humbled to be part of you. Your vision, and I'm saying his wife is, even exceeds him in terms of her glory. And her name is Barbie, and his name is Bobby. Yes,
it's Barbie and Bobby.
Exactly, it's Barbie and Bobby show. And they said it's a couple of things to me. They said, for you two guys to just stand on stage or be in a photo, what a political statement. Here's this guy from Brooklyn, the white guy from Brooklyn, here's this guy from Uganda, and they're coming together, out of love of music and trying to make things different. And it's what you said. It's literally what you said. It's like, wow, brother, 18 months ago, I just was hoping, a little bit to just change one person's mind. And we keep hearing over and over again that we're helping. And, like what does Bruce Springsteen to say, like, there's no final tour on this. We're doing this. And they're continuing. So we're back in the studio with them over 4 months. And funny enough, you said jambalaya. So you just
jambalaya.
Yeah, we've threatened you with coming into the studio.
Yes, you have.
Yes, we have. And here's the song you'll be doing, funny enough.
Oh, okay, here we go.
My amazing wife, Enid, or Esquire, as we call her, because she is.
Hi, Esquire.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out, Esquire.
Shout out, Esquire.
She and I went to New Orleans for the first time in ages, and it's for the Jazz Fest. And it was amazing, as always. And, we're hearing all these different kinds of music. And I came back, I'm sitting here, and I go, wait a second. I have this in my body right now. I was so inspired by Zydeco music, which comes from Africa, of course, in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and over literally one session, 30 minutes, I wrote the music just came. Like, again, it's another song I didn't write. It came to me.
Nice.
And I wrote this song called La 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 La, 7 La's, Chase the Light. And you will be coming in to record that because you will be playing washboard on it. Like,
nice.
You will be doing that.
I can do that. Unlike my abs, I will finally have washboard. Nice.
And the guys will come in. There's going to be hand claps, and we're going to be doing that in probably the month of October, maybe late September. But
cool.
You will be coming in and doing that. I started recording it the other day, and as I do, always start in my house, and then we add from there. But it's going to be as one of my partners, Sharon Dasser, ex Z100, ex Taylor Swift whisperer, said, "This is your sledgehammer. This is a song that is so, so mainstream. I mean, they're all mainstreaming, but this is a song that'll reach out and touch everyone. And it's also the first and only song I wrote about my daughter, which was not an easy task. The words took a lot longer than the music in this case. But we're going to invite you in, and that will be the song. And we're going to do a version, what you just said. We're going to do the jambalaya version. We're going to do a version very Zydeco, and then we're going to do the World Funk Global version with Bobby. So
nice.
You will be, you guys are going around the world with us, so to speak.
Not the first time I've been around the world. Last time it cost me money, and also I had to get a penicillin shot. But that's not the point. The second point is Le Bon Temps. Joe, I'm gonna be playing some Zydeco music. That's what's gonna be going on.
That's right. Well, you and the brothers will be coming in, and there'll be the brothers' ham.
There you go. You said the date. We'll make it. We'll be there. Also, by the way, your Voldemort partner, who shall not be named. Let me point out, he's a very wise man. That's all I have to say to you to pass on to him.
Yes.
And hopefully he will see my washboarding. And he will just be immersed. That's all I'm going to say about that. I can't gush anymore because Mitchell's going to get a chip on the shoulder, thinking I'm just using him to get to the other guy. But that's not true. I like Mitchell, and Mitchell's going to put me on a hit record. So everybody else.
There you go.
And I love this song. I love Such a Beautiful Day, and now I'm excited about La La La. I can't. This is the 7 La's and Chase the. What was it? Chase the Light.
Chase the Light.
Chase the Light. I want to make sure.
Yes.
All right, so let me la 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 la. I have to just practice, even though I'm not going to be playing it.
Pretty good.
I just want to make sure I get the laws down pat, and I play percussion, so washboard is not going to be that hard. I can do it for you, sir.
There you go.
If you need some drums, I'm in there too. But I'm just saying.
You got it.
Look,
you'll I can guarantee to meet my partner Mike Raddy, because I'm sure he will welcome you aboard. You and the guys.
Nice.
You guys got so much positivity and love. So if we can stay on Such a Beautiful Day, there's like another kind of amazing news that we're dealing with this.
Yeah, let's go.
So, and you've given me the time, so I really want to talk about like so many things that hopefully inspires people. So during the course of my day job at HQ and looking for Larry, people come all the time with, this project, that project, or you need to meet this one, or you need to that one. Of course, my door is always open, whether they're just starting or they're established. So an ex-client friend, maybe future client, guy Paul Vella, who we worked with and helped launch a couple of projects with him that went really well with HQ and myself as director. and looking for Larry. And he said, I have this team out of the University of Valencia, and they are the cutting edge of AI and art, and what's your feeling? And I said, well, AI, just like everything else, needs to be embraced. Here's my theory on this. When it comes to music, Keith Richards said, silence is the canvas of a musician, and then you paint it with sound. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Well, on the other side, the visuals, the canvas is blank. And why limit yourself as an artist to just what you have in your palette, so to speak? And AI is just another tool for oh my God, you get it? I go, well, no accounting for taste, you're believing what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But no, I meant it. And it turned out, and this is the path of where I am. So these were music people. So I said, okay, if you really want to get started with me, I have two projects for you. One is World Funk Orchestra, and I'm going to do this the first ever real music video that we're doing, extraordinary. And they got very excited. And so we will, and probably I'm going to say, and I hope you'll announce it, and probably about the middle of September, more or less, the video is coming out ridiculously well. The performers in it and the process of how we did it shouldn't have even succeeded. No. So we shot the New York people, including myself, and I took a page out of Andre 3000, and since I'm playing so many instruments, so I'm in a different musician. My partner Mike Rowdy's in it. Our new guitar player Ethan Famadou, who's gorgeous as inside and out, and Rebecca McCartney, one of our singers. And we filmed in New York on green screen, and shout out to Giancarlo Serrano, who did an amazing job filming it, and Issy Mendez, who produced it from HQ, and amazing job. And then, because of the time differences, when Bobby Wine filmed his part, he was filming in Kampala, 6, 7, 8 hours later than us. So I gave them my creative direction, but I wasn't going to be able to be there when they filmed it. Mm-hmm. So they filmed. And I just said, joy, 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 joy. Just go with joy. And they film it. And of course, they're brilliant, and they've done 9 million music videos. And they send us the footage. Then the Samson brothers in South Africa, they send us the footage. And I just said, shoot against, if you don't have green screen, shoot against any neutral color. So they're literally shooting in their living room against a white wall. One brother filming the other brother on an iPhone, and the same direction, joy, just go with the song, feel it, you sing it, you play it, and they send their footage in. Then my other brother who helped us start, Andre Gill, who's in Vegas, I said, brother, put on your tuxedo, because I envision you at downtown Las Vegas, old school, like Blade Runner. And so put on a tux and you be cool because you're cool. I'm kind of not that cool, and you'll make us cooler. And he filmed his segment with his brilliant wife, Meredith, against a white wall playing keyboard. And then finally, my partner, Mike, who couldn't make the video session, ends up shooting his neutral wall, and best lighting was outdoors against his red barn. Now, I only physically directed our part. Everything else was from my direction, and then these people embracing that, just like the whole spirit of World Funk Orchestra. Well, they sent him the footage, and I couldn't believe how phenomenal these people were and how it all went together, like with each person lifting each other. So you will have the people, we'll review exclusively the plot is you'll have Bobby Wine in Uganda on a beach. You'll have the South African brothers, the Samson brothers, on a beach in South Africa, and we're kind of like moving the earth a little bit. So Table Mount as a tribute to Nelson Mandela, where he was imprisoned. I'll give away our location at the last thing, where it's all going to all end with the South African choir as such an astral projection, right out of Angels from Doctor Strange or what have you, another Marvel reference.
You're such a nerd.
And we're all, of course, and we're all going to land in the center of the universe, where I also, as a tribute and thank you to the people at now iHeart, formerly Claire Channel, and so it's funny how what you said about that jambalaya, I'm coming back to it, and people with no ego. It's like, I didn't have to be on set with them because they know what they're doing. And the common cause is change the world, bring love, unite people. And it all comes together, at the crossroads of the universe, Times Square, but it fits like a glove.
Now, Mitchell,
just like the music, to help people heal through music.
Mitch, because I'm looking at, by the way, a video entitled "Creative Meeting for Such a Beautiful Day" music video. All right, That was from the WFO account. Now, the animation that I'm seeing, is this part of the actual music video?
Yes, what you're seeing is that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So you are seeing with the animation part, you're seeing, and again, to these people and Noria and Javier and Coco, they're putting up with a lot from me. So you're seeing this gorgeous video. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And so they worked on that over the course of a month, perfecting it, and it's brilliant. And I came to them, and we also, yes, you saw that meeting, and that meeting where I said to them, we're starting from scratch, because, and they understood that, and you see the whole video on YouTube. But the funny thing was, it was like, no, the performance of the orchestra couldn't be animated because the people were already animated, and I didn't want to lose the authenticity of the performances of everyone, or to think that we were masking the joy or adding the joy in animation. So the brilliant animations that you're seeing by the group, they're called Between the Lines, they're gonna do kind of like the Sphere, which is amazing. I encourage everyone to see it in Vegas, where the backgrounds are going to be otherworldly. And wait till you see what I have planned. It's going to be my Disney version of. It's going to be where we're going to take World Funk when we go out live next year, like with a full orchestra. You'll see that vision of whales breaching in the water and sunshine, rainbows, butterflies. You'll see all that as the backgrounds for this video, but it'll actually be the actual performance. And I think you see a little bit of the green screen in that creative meeting, the full length. But yeah. So, isn't their work marvelous though?
Well, that's why it was number one, it caught my attention. Number two, it also made me it's amazing because half of these people weren't together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the footage is all over the place, as in it's different styles of animation mixed with other different facets. I don't want to ruin it for people who don't. I can't even describe it, quite frankly, and put it into actual words what I'm looking at, because you have one style of animation that mixes with another style of animation. So when the video actually comes out and then thus goes from animation into real stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a trip to watch to see this, because it's pretty now, and it's going to be even prettier. This is just the concept art, quite frankly. This is not even the finished product.
This is the concept art.
Yeah.
And imagine how fortunate and grateful I am. And I'm standing on so many people's shoulders at this point, to have started this and not had an idea of where it would go, other than I just wanted to try to put some positivity out there. And God bless my wife. God bless, who empowered me to do this, because it was our dream when we were very young, and it wasn't like to be rock stars anymore. It was just trying to put music out that our daughter could hear, and just try to touch people with it. And then all of HQ got behind it. And I thought about this today. You know, you're a young professional, and, you know, the person who's supposed to be the rainmaker for the company is now saying, okay, now we're going to launch a brand, our own brand. We're going to put attention into there. And please don't worry, because our company is not going to, I told them, I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it elevate. And my partner at Looking for Larry and my partner at HQ said, yes, of course. And my partner Looking for Larry only wants to pursue art and only wants what's best for me as I do for him. Mm-hmm. And then my partner and I have some amazing partners, Sharon Dastor, Brent Battles, and the Tuta Capo, Mike Ratty, who's like the most spiritual musician probably I've ever met in my life. And at this point now, it's saying a lot. Everyone invested and allowed, not talking about necessarily financially, but invested their time and their belief that something would happen. And I'm here to testify my purpose. I didn't know, I thought I knew my purpose, but I discovered my purpose here, in that it's the convergence of what I believe, whatever gifts I have, all come together so I could serve the clients and the foundations and the charities we work with at HQ, Looking for Larry, and the brands that we're being very picky now about, you know, to do all the right and positivity. It's like I'm supercharged and superpowered. It really is the Avengers, and everyone. I'm standing on so many people's shoulders to empower me to do this, to love the vision I had to do it. And look at this, the video that's coming out is the beginning of that. You know, it's like the whole world coming together for us. And down the road, we'll get together to talk about this amazing documentary that we're doing with this guy, Harry Massey, who is going to change the way we heal. I'll save his story for another day, but it's all energy medicine and quantum physics, and it's becoming so mainstream. He's been at it 20 years. The guy will be a billionaire. He's a ridiculously brilliant guy, 170 plus IQ, but it'll be, though I did technically score the Scott Shannon Worst to First Z100 doc. I was writing period pieces from the 80s, but with Harry, we're scoring it, helping influence the score. And one of the songs that we're going to be with WFO's song, World Funk Orchestra song, Lead Me Home, which is a prayer, is the theme song, because it told Harry's story. Because it's about Harry falling off a mountain in a horrible accident when he was 21, you know, basically being bedridden for 7 years and being healed through Chinese medicine and quantum physics and energy medicine.
He's Dr. Strange.
And I had him. He's Dr. Strange. Yes, he really is. He's Dr. Cool.
Kamatage.
And the only condition I put on Harry was that if we're going to do this doc, and the mountain he fell off of was Ben Nevis, which is the highest point in Scotland. I said, brother, we're going to Scotland and we're going to go climb this mountain again. And we filmed it. And in the trailer that we're making, the movie won't be out till next year, but the trailer that we started to cut from our trip, he's going up the mountain, and here was this World Funk song. And it's got the gospel choir in it, and it's got strings by the brilliant Katie Kresick, who we met in Moulin Rouge, but has played with Adele, Trey Anastasio, countless others. And you're moved to tears by this. So, you know, the path that, you know, I found Oz, my own personal Oz, but it's real. Didn't find the fake wizard, but I found my path. And, you know, I am so grateful to you, everyone that's joined the journey, because, you know, everyone's joined this journey and has helped us, and know and could see, I hope they see the integrity and how much we want this to happen for others. And if that's the way we go into it, then we will be diligent to get there. And that's the hope.
Well, Dorothy, we're clicking our heels together. Let me tell you right now. First off, because I know I got to wrap this up. So let me say it this way. You have so many irons in the fire right now of stuff going on. I'm glad that I get to be even involved with one of those irons. So thank you very much, and thank you for even involving me and my guys and everybody involved here at the Ham Radio Show. We are proud to be on there, and we cannot wait to be a part of the jambalaya, my friend.
Warm up that Ross.
Damn right.
This, and I've said this to you before, and I'm going to say it again. You guys don't get the credit for what you're doing. You're not doing it for the credit, but you know, and for everyone that's listening, just understand, you know, my brother uncle here just did a shoot promo. You know, this was a shoot promo, and hear how amazing an interviewer he is, you know, about something real. Didn't take it to the gutter, didn't take the street. He made it funny. He made it topical. And I want people to know that, you know, you are that guy.
Thank you.
Know, you are that guy. And that's part of where you're going. You know, it's like, think about Howard Stern when he started and think about Howard Stern where he is. I mean, sure. And my hope is, you know, as we go up the ladder and we do this again, because you are not getting rid of us, but any way, that people see this in you, because you guys have so much to offer.
Well,
and it's entertainment, and it's infotainment, and it's and I'm just glad that you guys are on the journey with it, and I'm very grateful.
Well, thank you, Mitchell. By the way, Mitchell Stuart, the head of the World Funk Orchestra. He's the head of all the mix and matching of all the different nationalities and everything else that goes along into making the music that you hear from the WFO. He is just an integral part, but he's one piece of the giant puzzle that is the jigsaw puzzle, that is the World Funk Orchestra. And now the Ham Radio Show is going to be part of that as well. So that's going to be a big deal as well. Thank you very much on that yet again. Also, for more information, you go to @World Funk Orchestra on Twitter. Don't go to that other one, because that one's complete bullshit. Don't go there. Go to the right one, because you need to, and because that way you go to the right place and learn all about the World Funk Orchestra, learn all about the stuff. You can go on YouTube and check out the animation that I was just talking about. They have a latest video on the World Funk Orchestra YouTube where you can see the business meeting, you can see everything that went on behind the scenes, all that good stuff. That way you can see what I was just marveling at. That's only the concept art yet again. When the world sees the finished product, it's going to blow people's minds. That's what I'm saying by the many, many, many irons in the fire that Mitchell Stuart here. He's a writer. He's a director. He's a musician. He's a rocker. He's a nerd. He's everything everybody that can meet. And remember, he's Captain America, and he's got a bunch of Black Panthers.
There you go.
All right, and not the ones you're thinking about. I'm thinking Wakanda Forever, those kind of Black Panthers. He's got everybody. He's got all the different UN. That's actually what the World Funk Orchestra is. It's like if the UN made music. That's what it is.
And if the UN was what it was supposed to be and made music,
exactly.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. When they didn't all secretly hate each other. This group doesn't hate each other. You know what I mean? This is all nice stuff.
No.
Mitchell, you know I love you. You are my brother. Thank you again. Just set the date. I will tell the boys, and we'll set that up, and we will be there in the studio. I will play my washboard.
I'll bring empanadas.
And he'll bring. And we got John from Taste of Pueblo. We'll bring empanadas. We'll feed people.
There you go.
It will be a community effort. It will be a kumbaya moment for all. So thank you, Mitchell Stewart.
I promise you.
Yes, sir.
We will do an episode about the meeting of the world. And we'll put it as part of our upcoming YouTube series.
There you go. WFO meets H.A.M. at the studio. It will happen. It will be a thing. Mitchell, if anything, Mitchell always, like he says he's going to do something, it happens. Okay? Now, I've asked him for other things. We'll see what happens. However, we know for a fact that in this studio, we will be playing musical instruments. We will be involved in the la 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 portion
as we're chasing the light
in the studio. Mitchell Stewart, round of applause for Mitchell Stewart. First and foremost, thank you, Mitchell, for being on the show. As always, you know you have an open invitation. You know that, my friend. Anytime you want to come on, brother.
Thank you so much. And I again So much respect. And
same here.
Always a joy. Much love.
Much love to you. Peace out, brother.
Bye.
Thank you. Mitchell Stuart.
Bye.
Much love. Mitchell Stuart, the World Funk Orchestra.
Yes.
This portion of the show, because I haven't done one live read because we screwed up on the time.
We sure have.
So I'm going to do this now. This portion of the show brought to you by xsuit.com. xsuit.com, the most comfortable suit in the world. That's right, xsuit.com. Right now, you get 45% off. It's their summer sale. Ooh. Save $300 plus on select bundles. And directly behind me, if you can see on the ham cam, we have the X suits that somebody's going to win for football picks starting next week on this very program. And just like everything else on the show, there's been a monkey wrench thrown into the thing.
Of course.
Here's the thing. Our guys from Stay Tuned Sports have a lot going on. So they're not going to be every week. We don't even know how they're going to work on it, but those are the guys that were going to advise us on who we will be picking for our football picks. And remember, as we go back to X-Suit, the most comfortable suit in the world, they will win an X-Suit. In this these two boxes, look how small this is, right? Look how skinny. If you go on the ham cam, look, I'm putting it right here. Look how skinny. That's part of a suit.
Wow.
In a box. That's one half. The other half is over here. Somebody is walking out with a free X-Suit. Now, here's how it's going to work. If I win, I will pick at random via a fishbowl, names in a hat, whatever the fuck we're going to do. I will pick, thus, the winner of the X-Suit. However, the rest of the guys are playing for the X-Suit. So if they do it, they win a brand new, subtly worn by everyone else in the studio, X-Suit.
What color is it?
Is a black suit, Joseph.
Ooh,
so it's black, it's slimming, it goes with everything. You can get that, and you get your own at xsuit.com. That's X, the letter X, suit.com. The most comfortable suit in the world. Also, might as well throw another one out there, Joe. Okay. Because why not? The 420 Expo is going on. So this other part of the show, brought to you by the Ultimate Smoke Session, live from New Jersey at the Expo Center in Edison, New Jersey, September 13th through the 15th. Be there. However, we do know that Matt Riddle will be there. A bunch of other celebrities will be there. Big Pussy, Vinny Pastore as well. There will be tons and tons, plus porn stars, because they like weed. And they come to the 420 Expo. It is the New Jersey's largest Being Your Own Cannabis, BYOC event in the tri-state area. It is going down September 13th through the 15th, like Joe just said, in 2 weeks, live from the Expo Center in Edison, New Jersey. So don't be an asshole. For more information, go to 420expo.com. That's 420expo.com. All right, so by the way, I do have another reason why I was angry. Oh. I know that Mitchell was talking about how great we are and how great I am and how everything else, but from time to time I do get pissed, Joseph. Oh. And I need a little music to accompany this next story because it affects our show directly. Oh. Yeah. Do you know the name of? Can you put this theme song in your brain? Do you know what this song is for? Most hot. There you go, Baywatch. Baywatch in the news on multiple facets. We were supposed to have Nicole Eggert on because she's involved. Oh, yeah, that's right. She's involved in this Baywatch documentary series that's on Hulu that's going on. Nice. I have no clue if she is coming on or not, because magically I'm fighting over friggin' Nicole Eggert to come on this show, and for some reason the dates never added up. They reached out to me first. So I was like, yes, absolutely, I would have Nicole Eggert on, because how many guys used to jerk off to Nicole Eggert, for Christ's sake? She was, she was on this show 9 million times. She was probably only second to, I think, Pamela Anderson, who was on the show, as one of the hottest chicks that everybody was involved mentally, I think, with. Yes, and then also we could have talked about Scott Baio molesting her.
Oh, I heard
and all the allegations and all that other crap. Why? She went public with it. We didn't go public with it. She went public with it. That's what I'm saying. Don't be the wet blanket. She might have wanted to talk about it. We could have talked about it here. Also, the other big story that connects to us and why I get fucking annoyed, especially with everything going on this show. Do you remember when Jeremy Jackson was on this very program?
Oh, sure.
Jeremy Jackson, former Hobie on Baywatch.
Yes, that's right.
Was on our show. Now, there's a big giant Danny who threw this out to me, Danny, a.k.a. Battery Boy, who used
our
to
ex-producer.
be... Yes, our ex-producer. Literally went out of his way, sends me this fucking story because... let me just give you the headline. It's on TMZ. Go to TMZ.com. Further details on this. Jeremy Jackson gets a whiff of this, confesses to sniffing co-stars' swimsuits on Baywatch because he was a kid. Remember, so he's a kid. He's got a line of Penthouse and Playboy Playmates.
Yeah.
Oh, so of course he's jacking one out. He's smelling their freaking thongs.
That baby.
All male and females?
No, just the females.
They're co-stars here.
Yeah, he didn't walk up to David Hasselhoff's drawers and go. He was very heterosexual. This kid was smelling Pamela Anderson stuff and Nicole Eggert stuff and exactly.
But he was young then.
So declared in the new doc series, the one that Nicole Eggert was involved in after Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, which is on Hulu, I believe today it starts on Hulu. So Jeremy Jackson, this story, the reason why it's annoying to me, and I'm going to tell you what.
Okay.
Jeremy Jackson admitted to this on our show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, on our show in 2011.
Yeah.
And the reason why I know that is because I got sent all the file name and everything. It was to give you the exact date, it was August 2nd, 2011. He was on our program. Now, according to the article, Howard Stern is credited with this story. Now, I'm not shitting on Howard. He's Howard.
But he doesn't know.
No, and he doesn't know. And we're not a flea on his ass.
Yeah,
but the fact of the matter is, we broke the story first.
That's right.
Okay, so now, and I have no fucking proof of this because God forbid anything that I need would be, I don't know, at my fingertips. We have looked high and low for the audio of Jeremy Jackson coming on this program and talking about how he used to smell the freaking panties and jerk off in his trailer on the set of Baywatch while nobody was around because, remember, he was also a really fucked up child star. But, of course, Jeremy made a similar confession in 2011. It's the same year. Mind you, remember, the same year he was on our show, 2011.
We had it first.
All right. Howard Stern is credited that because he was on Howard's show and said that he once pleasured himself while getting a big whiff of Pamela Anderson's red bathing suit from the show.
That'll do it.
So, yet again, we get it up the ass. And I've already taken it up the ass. All right, and this I needed this like I needed fucking a hole in my ass again.
The hemorrhoid.
Yeah, it's very, very annoying that he that
might have given you the hemorrhoid.
It might. Trust me, the stress level of this job, plus doing my regular job, plus keeping all this shit together, plus I don't know. My relationship with Amanda, plus fucking the apartment, plus my family life, plus all that. Yeah, that's probably where the hemorrhoid came from.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Some people have stress, you get hemorrhoids.
I get hemorrhoids. This is what I get. So now, I pretty much have this going on today where I was going through every fucking thing I can think of to try to find the audio for this shit. Because I know for a fact he said it first on this show. I know for a fact, and they're even mentioning the year 2011. Like if they brought up something else, if they said 2010, I'd be like, okay, they won. Yeah. There's no way in hell he did not do it on this show first. Because no offense, nobody was having Jeremy Jackson on, and we had him on because he was, I believe, going on one of those drug rehab shows, like Celebrity Rehab or whatever the fuck it was, on VH1. That was the only reason why we had him on, I didn't fucking give a shit about Jeremy Jackson. But we did a great fucking interview, according to Danny, a great fucking interview, and broke the story that he was smelling his co-stars, bottoms and jacking off in his trailer. We had that story. You know who gets credited? Howard Stern.
Yeah.
As he should, because he probably has people that, number one, show up to work, have a staff, probably has the audio and can prove it.
Oh, sure.
I have no guns. I can't fucking I'm showing up to a gunfight with a pencil.
You have to believe us.
Yeah, you have to just believe us that we had it on first. But however, that's another part of my day. So, I can't wait till we're in the studio and I'm playing that washboard because I can just fucking space out and get into the music. Because I need some of that going on in my life. Anyway, neither here nor there. Another story that kind of shook up Hollywood that fucking made me think of this as well is Ozark is a lot of nudity in Ozark.
Yeah, so
it's a crime drama.
Yeah.
And rounding out a person who I have seen her boob. Got to smell her, the one and only Jennifer Lawrence from Hunger Games. That she is pretty uncomfortable with kissing because she has horrendous breath. She refused Josh Hutcherson, who was in I believe Anth Hasna.
Well, I could go for that.
Yeah, but to her defense, it was Liam Hemsworth.
What?
She
said that she had garlic tuna breath?
Yeah.
So, you know,
but I don't know.
In the filming of Hunger Games, because they said that like she felt uncomfortable because she was friends, I think, with Miley Cyrus.
So
she was like leading up to, she was scared of the same thing happened.
But how are you an actress?
The same thing with her and Chris Pratt, because she was friends with Chris Pratt, ex-wife.
Yeah.
So like leading up to that kissing scene, she felt uncomfortable.
But how are you an actress in Hollywood? This goes for Courtney Cox. This goes for Jennifer Aniston, who's also on the list, and now Jennifer Lawrence. How are you an actress in Hollywood? And have horrible fucking breath. Wouldn't you make a point of it? Like, if you have BO, you get deodorant, motherfucker.
I think it's a matter of carelessness. Like when somebody says, "Oh, you got garlic and tuna breast," sure, you probably just
go back to
so
set.
Once again, so for her, when she did the Hunger Games, she did that movie with Chris Pratt. She felt, like I said, she was eating it because she was trying to find a way to not to do those scenes.
So she was trying. So you're saying
for the friendship she had.
You're trying to say she
fixed
it. So you're saying that she fixed it.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't have to kiss him.
Oh, maybe.
By
doing that's what they
so doing garlic and tuna.
Yeah.
To the most
That's what they.
Well, either way, I think it was a bad idea because she made a list of the top 10 worst smelling celebrities.
Yeah, really.
Probably not a great idea.
Yeah.
Joe, just for you, because you watch Ozark religiously.
Yeah.
You've seen it. Season 3, episode 2.
Okay.
The casino scenes. Is Stacy is in those scenes.
Oh, great.
She doesn't have a nude scene that I'm aware of. However, I would like to see her naked. So if you want to send us nudes,
we'd like that.
And then we'll watch Ozark while looking at your nudes.
Yes.
That's my plan. Anyway.
What is that again? Season 3, episode.
Season 3, episode 2, sir.
2, okay.
When they're in the casino.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. They. By the way, they also when they blow up the boat, she's in that scene too.
Okay, you got lines?
Stacey, do you have lines like, "Wow, Eddie, what a nice penis"? Do you have lines like that?
Isn't Ozark somewhere in Ohio?
No, Ozark is in the mountains.
It's a great show. It's a really good show.
Is it like a lake or some shit like that?
Joe, can you please help me?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Mountains in Ohio.
No,
this is what I have to deal with. He doesn't understand the Puerto Rican legacy, but nor does he know that there's no mountains in Hawaii. I almost said Hawaii, Ohio.
In Ohio, that's what I thought it was.
Ohio.
A bunch of rednecks.
No, it's basically about some people who are laundering money in the gambling casino that they. It's a really good show.
So she hit the cutting room floor. She had lines. They were filmed. They never put them in. They cut her from it.
Oh, okay.
By the way, she said we all need Jesus.
We all do.
We all need. I don't need him.
Do.
Look, I'm gonna.
I believe in Allah.
By the way,
well,
fuck that. I'm now a Scientologist because I'm going to believe in Xenu.
Yeah,
that was the Scientology god, Joe. Xenu.
Yeah,
that's the one that
Isn't it the bird from Lion King? The parrot?
What? That's Iago.
No, the parrot from the Lion King.
From the Lion King? No, that's not Xenu.
Yeah, that was
that's not his name. Xenu.
Xantu.
Yeah, but not Xenu.
That was Xenu.
I don't know. The only parrot I know is from Long John Silver.
Parrot is that bird that he's like.
It's like a toucan.
The toucan that babysitting.
I don't know the name of it. All right, so let me, by the way, while we have time before Frankie McDonald calls in with the weather, I have a little bit of a basement tidbit for you.
Oh, you do?
I'm going to play a song for you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start and stop the song. I want you.
I can end this.
Yeah, this is a very famous song. I don't know if you know this little tidbit that I found out today about this song, though. All right, so pay attention very closely. Here's the song. You all know it. It's Lionel Richie. All Night Long.
Oh, great
now,
song, great song.
I'm going to point out one thing. I'm going to do the start and stop when it happens. But let me point out to you what exactly is going on. All right, so this is straight from the video, by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So what do we listen to?
Wait, I'll tell you. All right, so this is Lionel Richie, obviously. Right? That's me on washboard. You can hear it in the background.
You're good.
Thank you. Let the music play. All right. Now, everybody thought, including me, that this was him by himself. Party, yeah, right? All Lionel, right? Okay, hold on. Come on and sing along. We're going to party. You got to do the build up because you need it. When the chorus kicks in, I'll point out my voice. Ready? All night long. All right, you heard that? The all night long.
Yeah.
The all nights.
Yeah.
All right, very famous person doing the all nights.
All night. It's probably Michael Jackson.
Not Michael Jackson. White guy.
White guy.
White guy.
Michael Bolton.
That is friends with Lionel Richie. I just found this out 2 fucking days.
Who is that?
All right, hold on. See if you can hear it.
Steve.
Listen, hold on. All right. All night long, Lionel Richie. The all night long, all night is Richard fucking Marx.
Oh, Richard Marx.
Richard fucking Marx. Stacy, by the way, thought it was George Michael. No, not George Michael.
Well, the way
Richard Marx.
It could have been anybody.
Well, what was fun? But that's the thing. You would think it could be, but you would think it'd be someone not as accomplished as Richard Marx.
Yeah,
just doing all that. Because it's the same.
Sometimes they're just hanging out in the studio.
No, not Staples, the other one.
He was in the band.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Who is that?
Yeah, I know.
You know who the fuck I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know exactly. I can see him.
Yeah,
I just can't fucking remember his name right now.
I can't get his name right.
All right, so anyway, he's sitting there. It's the 3 of them. They're having you know that show where Burt cooks?
Yeah.
And they drink and everything. That show. Sure. So he's sitting there. He's doing I think it's called Something's Burning. He's got. They're having the conversation, and he goes, "Do you know Rick Springfield?" Thank you.
Oh, Rick Springfield, right?
Thank you, Stacy. You're not just beautiful. You're fucking knowledgeable as well.
She's a wonderful girl.
So, by the way, see her on Ozark. They're having a conversation, and then Rick Springfield goes, "Tell them about what happens when you're in CVS and you hear the song playing over the loud, over the music," and He goes, all right, Bert, you know this, like the part when he goes, all night long, all night. Yeah. He goes, I'm that. I'm the all night. He goes, that's me. And Richard Marx, but that's fucking crazy.
Sure.
That's like when Michael Jackson did that other song when he was just doing background.
They do that a lot.
Yeah, it happens, but you don't, if you don't know, you don't know.
The problem is if they put him there, you have to give him a credit.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It all depends. How they don't have to get a royalty. They don't have to get anything. It's up to them if they sign a contract for it. If they want them bad, But they don't have to get. The courtesy. It's a courtesy.
What group it was that the guy did a I think he did a vocal and they couldn't. The managers the group said they can't do it. He couldn't do it because.
But see, this is why
it was. I think it was Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
The way they wanted, they didn't want Method Man. I think he did a song with another rapper, and he just
sure. Yeah.
By the way, I've told you my Method Man stories.
No.
Every place I've ever worked on Staten Island.
Yeah.
When in my other life of not being on radio, every place from supermarkets to Outback to the movie theater, no matter what, because Meth lives on fucking Staten Island. He has stopped by every fucking job I've ever had. I still have the autograph from when I first met him. I loaned him a quarter because he had to get one of the stupid carts out from Pathmark.
Oh yeah, sure.
And he actually wrote me an autograph that said, "Thanks for the quarter." And he drew the Wu-Tang symbol and the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, you didn't have, I really didn't have, because I literally was a store cop. And I was about to arrest somebody. And I had the receipt in my hand. He thought I was coming by for an autograph, took the thing and just wrote on the back of the receipt. Wow. And I was like, oh, shit.
It's a good story.
Yeah. So every job.
Well, man.
Yeah. But that's saying. And then in my last job, before I went into radio full-time, was when I worked in the movie theater, and Meth's daughter was dating one of our staff. So when I saw Deadpool, when I went to the first time Deadpool with that private screening that I went to, literally Meth is sitting with us watching Deadpool. Yeah. It was fucking nuts.
It was like, didn't you give me a quarter?
Artists, they can't give me a quarter.
But artists do that. Johnny Lagana, Johnny Bag of Donuts.
Yeah.
He had Luther Vandross play piano on one of his songs. Yeah. Just as a favor, Luther did.
I have Richard Marx sing all night long.
That's right.
Because I could. It's what we do.
If they're available, they've been hanging out or whatever.
I always thought that
what?
That was the case. Sometimes they don't. The management.
It depends. Sometimes they do.
Listen, we have a fucking bigger celebrity on the phone that we need to stop. We need to focus on the one and only Frankie McDonald.
Hey, Frankie.
Frankie, give me that sweet, sweet weather. I need to know when this heat's going to break, brother. Please.
The heat's going to leave us on Friday, then the heat's come back on Saturday and Sunday. The heat's going to leave New York on Thursday night and the Friday, then the heat's come back on Saturday and Sunday. And Monday, that's a long weekend down in the States. Then you got cooler air fighting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, warm air, cold air fighting each other. This time of the year, New York City is going to hit Manhattan. It's going to be a chance of 1 to 3 millimeters of rain in New York City on Thursday. A chance of showers on Friday. A chance of thunderstorms on Saturday night and Sunday. New York City, including Manhattan, New York, Brooklyn, New York, and Bronx, New York, including Queens, New York, Staten Island, Long Island, Newark, New Jersey, Atlantic City, New Jersey, and all the surrounding areas, including Manhattan, New York, and Newark, New Jersey, Atlantic City, all those places. It's really hot. Out in Southern California, too. And Trevor Garner's doing great, and Eddie Finocco's doing great. Irving Indian, the boys doing great. And Dragon Lady's doing great so far. So is Christian Beverly, a.k.a. Christian's doing great as well. Chino, including
Gino Biscotti.
Dragon Lady's doing great so far. And guess what?
What?
And Chino Biscotti is doing great. Whatever, Amy Jean and Chrissy Mayer is doing great.
Nice.
Chino Biscotti and Keanu Thompson is getting married in September.
Congratulations!
All right.
In September, down South Carolina. And
Frankie
Chino's doing great so far. Whatever, Amy and Chrissy Mayer is doing great. And Eddie Finocco's doing great.
Woo!
And who else is doing great? Keanu Thompson's doing great. And all of them. And Don Jameson's doing great so far. Gino, we'll be seeing Don Jameson again. And the comedians. Some kind of former Compound this weekend coming because Compound Media closed their doors in the end of June.
Frankie, when are you getting married?
That's merged with Center.
Frankie, are you going to get married?
No, Gino Biscotti.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. I got to make sure about my Frankie. My little Frankie. He's a growing boy. He might get friggin' married.
You never know.
You never know.
Wait a minute. I'm not getting married. Gino is.
Oh, okay. Guys, Gino's getting married, guys.
Gino Biscotti is getting married.
Nice.
Good for him.
Well, good for fucking Gino Biscotti. I do like him. He's a great guy.
That's
In Hot Water is a show on Compound Media. We actually have been discussed, us, the Ham Radio Show, on that show because we share custody of Frankie McDonald, our son. We share our weather guy is on both shows, and we share custody. And also, by the way, our little Frankie McDonald, a lot of people don't know this.
They don't.
Frankie, I want you to know that you being on our show makes my show better. Oh, yeah. I want to bring that up because, by the way, that's why we love you. Number two, in Canada, in Nova Scotia, Canada, this man right here, Frankie McDonald, is a celebrity, Joseph.
He is.
He's not only does he have bobbleheads, he's got his own book, he's got his own T-shirts, he's got everything. He's actually done the weather. He's a meteorologist megastorm, and he's a media mogul. He actually goes on TV and has done the weather on the TV. Yeah. And we got him here on the Ham Radio Show. Thank you, Frankie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You first contacted me in 2021, 2022.
There you go. And then we've had partial custody of you since then.
That's right.
And we love every minute. That's why we love every time you come on the show, sir. Because I wouldn't know the weather, Frankie, if it wasn't for you.
This weekend coming up is Labor Day weekend in both Canada and the United States. Labor Day weekend in Canada, Labor Day weekend in the States on the same day.
Frankie, how many hot dogs you can eat on Labor Day?
Labor Day is Canada and the United